Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another auspicious vlog. Today we're going to talk about Nathan's experience in the hospital and how everything went down when we got sick with. We're not going to talk about too much. I want to say that word too much because YouTube is very picky about what we talk about when it comes to regarding to this virus. So we're going to keep that name out of as much as possible. But anyways, when I just want to explain to you guys how magnificent God is. When we least expect it, things happen for a reason, and you don't really find out God's plan until it's already, like, you're already in the middle of it, and you start, towards the end, everything starts making sense. So I just want to share this with you because it's very crazy how everything went down. As you guys know, Noah is the one who was around somebody who was positive, I believe, right? Somebody was his friend. I'm not sure if it was his friend or it was somebody in class. They didn't tell us, but he was exposed to somebody who tested positive. And so when he got home and they told us that, we immediately just, told him he's going to have to stay in his room. And for the first 2 days, there was nothing. He didn't feel anything. Am I right? Yeah, I think it was. The first 2 days he was fine. Like, there was nothing. 3 days?
Yes.
Okay. Pam's over here. For the first 3 days, yeah. So I was tending with Nathan. Sorry. I was tending to Nathan. I can't talk. I was tending to Nathan, and Pam was with Noah during these couple of days. She was going in there, checking on him, taking his temperature, just making sure that he was okay. By the third day, we kind of were like, maybe he doesn't have anything, because he wasn't showing the symptoms. But then the next day, Noah didn't really get out of bed. He was like in bed, asleep at a weird time. It's not like him.
Said his head was hurting.
Said that his head was hurting. So Pam immediately, was like, no, we're gonna have to see what's up. So she immediately made an appointment to get him tested. And then he broke out in a fever, and we kind of already figured that he might be testing positive. And I believe you took the same test, or no, me and you went to go take tests later, right?
We tested, Noah tested Thursday, and then we tested the Sunday.
Yeah, okay, so that's how it went down. But it's funny because we were fine. Pam was tending to Noah, and as soon as Pam received the positive result for Noah, she immediately just said, "Oh, I don't feel good." She started feeling these things, and
my body started feeling achy.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Pam, you're just letting fear sink in. Like, don't let that happen."
I went to the room anyway. So
But she, after that, she immediately went to the room, and that's when I started taking care of Nathan, and all three of them basically. Then when she got tested, she tested positive, and I tested negative, and that gave me enough room to kind of take care of all three of them, because they were going through the fevers, the coughing, they were going through it all, and it's just crazy because if we had all been sick at the same time, there wouldn't be one person to be able to take care of Nathan. There wouldn't have been the ability to be taken care of, because we'd all be messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine all of us being sick, and then what happened was it gave us enough time. Like, I didn't get sick immediately. It's weird because I was with Pam throughout the whole time. Like, we're hanging out, and I thought it would work that way, but I would give them their medicines. Pam was in her room, Noah was in his room, and I was out here with Nathan, protecting myself as much as possible, wearing protective gear. And I was giving them their food, I was giving them their pills, their vitamins, just everything. It was on a Tuesday when I started feeling a sore throat. And I told Pam, "Oh no, I feel a little something. I I don't
So it
want to
was
say that
literally
it
3 to
was.
4 days. So
Yeah.
it was
So
3 days.
you guys were on your way out,
Yeah.
and I was going in my way in. And as soon as I felt that, I was like, oh no, this is not good. This is not good. They were still in their rooms, however. And then, Wednesday, it got a little worse. Thursday, that's when the cough started. And then Friday was the first time I actually got the fever.
And that's when Nathan started having the fever.
And that's when Nathan started picking up on it. But with Nathan, it was almost like, with us, it took us some time for it to start affecting us. But for Nathan, took him one day. By the end
hours.
by the end of Friday night, he was really bad. Just not his. You can tell his breathing was very fast. His heart rate was going up, and his lungs just really wheezy. Very, you can really tell, and he was forcing himself. So I told Pam, you know what? We're not equipped to take care of him here like that.
Call the nurse.
We're gonna call the nurses to come, but just it came to the point where he was starting to have his breathing spells, and you guys have seen they're called breath holding spells. I should say it right. He was having those at the same time as he was coughing. At the same time he was wheezing. It just painted a very bad picture. So I told Pam, you know what, I'm not going to call the nurse anymore. I'm just going to call the ambulance to take him, because they need to monitor him because he's so fragile. And the ambulance came within 10 minutes, and they loaded him up, and it was such a hard thing to watch. When he was leaving, when they were taking him out, I really thought that was the last time I was going to see him. Me. Because Pam got herself together and she was going to go with him because she was feeling a little bit more better. The only thing she had, the only thing you had was a very light cough.
Yeah,
she was perfect. So she was strong enough to go with Nathan. That's what I'm saying. God has everything. I don't know. It's what I believe, but it just was perfect, and then,
the timing
but
was perfect.
the timing, the way that everything happened, just, I don't know. It's just, you have to, I don't know. I guess we're trying to look, we're always trying to look at the brighter side, right? But anyways, I really thought that was the last time I was going to see Nathan. I thought that he was going to pass because, a lot of people survive this, that don't have any, that don't have any health problems or anything. We see that on the news and stuff. But with Nathan, I hear he has a problem with the immune system and he's medically fragile. I'm thinking man, he's not gonna make it.
Thinking the worst.
Yeah, and
because
then
of what you read. And
and so with him going, I'm thinking damn, should I say goodbye to him? Should I kiss him? And it's just a very hard thing to go through. And as they left the ambulance, I started crying outside. I didn't want to, because Noah was in the room. He was playing his video games. I just didn't want him to see me that way, so I stayed out there, just crying outside for a little while, and because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and then I came back inside, and I finished with Noah's food and just gave him his vitamins. And anyways, it was a very hard thing to go through. Then me and Pam were just texting throughout the night. Then Saturday came, and that's when I felt the worst. That's my worst day, was Saturday, and no one was here with me. So I'm feeling very, very bad. But thank God for the amazing people. Shout out to everybody who helped me, and you guys know who you are if you're watching this. They brought me water, they brought me food, they brought me groceries. Shout out to Avery, because she went and got my medication. Shout out to Juan, who came in here and brought us food. I just appreciate everybody. Everybody that came through for us. Patty and her daughters for bringing us water, and it was very, very awesome. But I was feeling that was my worst day. But being alone, not having Nathan here and Pam, I just think that when you're sick, you need to have the most positive thinking all the time. You got to make sure that you're good, because when fear sets in, I really believe that having fear while you're sick makes the immune system even worse. It just brings you down. And me being sad, thinking that, you know, the worst about Nathan, and it just made me, I think that kind of brought me down, and that's why I got so bad that night. But anyways, then Sunday came around, and then Pam told me that he was doing better.
He ended up doing really well.
Yeah,
with the oxygen.
Yeah, he was off of the oxygen. He didn't need to be intubated. He did really well. The doctor's saying that he was just like very strong little guy. He started breathing on his own again, and he just really battled it through. He only really had that bad night, one bad night, which is Friday night. And Saturday was doing better. Sunday was a lot better, and then he was able to come home. But at this time, you know, it's an emotional wreck for me. I mean, I don't know how Pam was. I think Pam was a little bit more, you know, she was just so busy with Nathan being in the hospital that she probably had no time to think. But for me, it was like, I'm here by myself, you know, and I'm thinking all these things. And when I pick her up from the hospital with Noah, I just, you know, I couldn't help but, like, I wanted to cry because, you know, we're together, having us together again, and just, you know, surviving this and being together again just was an overwhelming feeling. And then just the way that everything panned out, like, that's when I started realizing, like, man, I have to thank God. I have to. That's just who I am. I have to thank him, because I just think about, what if we all got sick at the same time? What if we're all, it would have been a lot harder for Pam to go with him when she's feeling sick, she's having a fever at the hospital, or I'm here, I can't take care of them. It was, I don't know, just the way that everything's kind of worked out. But that was Nathan's experience in the hospital, and I think that it's very important that we are all aware, take care of our bodies. I definitely felt like we tried our best to make sure that Nathan didn't catch any of that. We were always being careful. We didn't want to send Noah to school, but due to lack of services that he was going to get, we just, you know, trusted in them. They said they were going to keep him safe, that, you know, they were following protocol. But you know what? At the end of the day, it happens, and he got sick, and, you know, he brought it home. It is what it is. It just, you know.
And he felt really bad, especially.
Yeah, we didn't tell him though.
Yeah.
We didn't tell him that he had
COVID. Until like he was already better.
Yeah, till he was better. Then that's when we told him, and he felt bad about it. But I told him it's not your fault. There's nothing to do with, you couldn't help that. You can, you know, there's nothing you could have done. So, anyways, I think that I'm talking to you guys as a perspective of what we went through. I think it's important to have these conversations with family, and, you know, to have that bond with each other, and be prepared. Always be prepared. Look ahead. Right now, I think with everything that's going on, just the only thing that I recommend, and I've been telling all my family that I went through, I've learned so much of what's good for the body. You know, what's something that how you should keep yourself healthy, exercise, eat right, just, you know, all that stuff. Regardless of any virus, regardless, being healthy and overall watching what you eat, you know, exercising and doing all that, it should be already in the, you know, it should already be in our heads. We should already be doing that, and that way, whenever we get sick, you know, that'll definitely help us if, you know, battle anything. I was taking glutathione for myself. It was like a drink that I got. And honestly, the glutathione with the N-acetylcysteine, that, wow, it's just like really good stuff. And I didn't know anything about this stuff. I just researched as much as I could, and, you know, it's gonna help us all. Anyways, my friend's calling me. He's coming over to help me with something, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about what happened. I know all of you guys were kind of curious of, we never really talked about what happened, and I hope this answered you guys' questions. It was a very scary time, but, you know, we appreciate everybody who was able to help us then, and we're glad that we're okay. So anyways, that's it for today's video. We'll talk more about other things another time. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. And as my family always says, remember, you are auspicious. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, Nathan.